Today in the kitchen, I'm making some pasta salad. I'm gonna get some water boiling in this pot before I add the noodles. So I've turned this on to high heat and I'm just gonna let this boil. And then once it gets to rolling boil, I'm gonna add in the Higher Harvest by H-E-B gluten-free Fusilli pasta to use for the pasta salad. The water is boiling pretty good now. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the pasta. I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. When I get to 2 minutes left, I'm gonna add in a splash of olive oil. When I first put them in, I'm just gonna give that a good stir, and then I'm just gonna let them boil for the rest of the 10 minutes. Okay, I have 2 minutes left and I'm just gonna give it a splash of olive oil and then stir that around and let it continue for 2 more minutes. And my 10-minute timer just went off, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain the pasta. And then I'm just gonna take that strainer and shake it around and let it drain some more, and then put it back into the pot with it still in the strainer and let it continue to make sure that it's draining all that water out. I've let this set for a few minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this and then put it into a big serving bowl. This Pyrex bowl is about 4.5 quarts, and you want a bigger bowl for all the extras that we're gonna add into the pasta salad. So just go ahead and put the pasta into the bowl, and then we're gonna add some Italian dressing to that. You can make your own Italian dressing, but today I'm using the Wishbone Italian dressing, and you can scan the QR code on the back of that and it will take you to the allergens. Then once you scan that, it's going to tell you what all the allergens are and then what it's looking for, and then it says that it does not contain any of these allergens. You can also use Kraft Classic Italian, and that also has a QR code on the back of that, and it will do the same thing when you scan that, and it will take you to the allergens, and then it will tell you all the allergens that are common allergens, and then it does say that it does not contain any of these food allergens. So there's no gluten in both of these Italian dressings, and you can choose whichever one. Sometimes I do half and half, sometimes I do one or the other, but today I'm going to use the whole bottle of the Wishbone Italian dressing. And then I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to use parsley flakes, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the parsley. So I have the dressing and the seasonings in there that I want, and I'm just going to go ahead and mix this all together. And then once I have this all mixed together, I'm going to add the lid to this, and then I'm going to put this into the fridge, and I'm going to let this sit in the fridge for a couple of hours before I add in any of the extras to the pasta salad. To get this in the fridge, I'm actually gonna run to the gym, and then by the time I get back, it will be ready to add more to the pasta salad. Okay, I'm back from the gym. We've let this sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. I'm going to remove the lid and I'm going to gather all the ingredients to add to the pasta salad. I've got a green bell pepper, some red mini bell peppers, some broccoli, a cucumber, red onion, or purple onion, whichever you prefer to call it. And then I have some cherry tomatoes, some bacon bits, pepperoni, and then I've grated some Parmesan cheese. And then I also have a can of sliced olives. I'm gonna get these all washed up and then I'm gonna dice them up and then I'll be ready to put them into the pasta salad. Okay, I've got this all washed up and diced up. I've got 1 whole green bell pepper, the 3 mini red bell peppers, a cucumber, the red onion, broccoli, the pepperoni. I chopped the cherry tomatoes in half and then I drained the black olives, and now we're ready to put this all into the pasta salad. So I'm going to add in all the bell peppers, the green bell pepper, and then the red bell pepper, and then the cucumbers. And then I'm adding in the red onion. And then add in the broccoli, the pepperoni, the cherry tomatoes, and the olives. And then I'm adding in some bacon bits, and then I'm gonna sprinkle on top some Parmesan cheese. And now that I have that all in the bowl, I'm just gonna mix it all together. I like adding all of these things to the pasta salad. It makes for a good loaded pasta salad. It's so refreshing. It's so big you can share with friends, family, neighbors. Take this to your next potluck, or you can even serve this for several days as a side. Okay, I've got this all good and mixed together, and I'm gonna start serving it onto the plates. And you can find the full recipe in the description box down below. If you do save this for leftovers and have the next day, you may want to add a little bit more Italian dressing to it. I just like to have that extra when it's the next day for the leftovers. Enjoy, dinner is served. Thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know if you made pasta salad. We'll see you next time in the kitchen.